Aloha, everyone. Michelle with Blossom Inner Wellness and standtogetherhawaii.com. And I wanted to do a quick video today. Well, first, I was going to do a whole deep dive, excuse me, on Governor Green and his interviews and the absolutely enormous amount of lying that he's doing. But there's like a gag reflex every time I see him. And also is caught up on a project I had to do here. Um, so what I wanted to share today was understanding that we are in a war, that Maui has been sacrificed, and that constitutional lawyers, sheriffs, they need to be going over there. I heard that there's a lawsuit that's happening, and I just want to thank so much the person who is putting that on. If there's numerous of them, they should be putting that on. The Maui citizens of Lahaina who have lost everything, who have their First Amendment, freedom of the press, they have certain seizures of their property. They're not able to go into their own property, and they have other people rummaging through it. That is search. That's a violation of their constitutional rights. Actually, it's a violation of their rights. The Constitution doesn't give us our rights. We get our rights from God. That's who we get our rights from. When we're born, we are living, breathing men and women, and we already have rights. They're not given to us by the Constitution. The Constitution, thank God for this country, protects our rights. They protect our rights. That's why it's so important that we stop the violation of the Constitution, because they are literally taking down the protection of the rights that we've been given by God. So I want to say so much thank you to the sheriff of New Mexico, who stood up and said, no, I'm not going to honor the violation of the First and the Second Amendment. She wanted to ban weapons. That's, so we have to understand that we were given rights by God, our creator, the infinite source of all things, that is growing the trees behind me, moving the sun across the sky, beating your heart and breathing your body. That is where our rights come from, and the Constitution protects them. And all of the public servants, and I love how Peggy Hall calls them public serpents, because that's what they are right now. They are absolutely serpents from an evil entity. And so I know somebody was like, oh, Michelle, don't do woo-woo. But here's the thing. They want us to believe there's not a God. They want us to believe we don't have any power in our bodies. But I'm going to explain the power that we do have and how to really harness it to move us toward freedom, to move us toward a planet where we wake up and we love being here. Can you imagine a life where you love doing what you do in the world? So many people go to work and they hate it. Is that the way our lives supposed to live? Is that the way a human being is supposed to live? They wake up in the morning, they go to school, they don't really like school, they go to a job they don't like, and then they retire at 65 if they're lucky. And then what happens? They die, 10 to 12, 20 years later, whatever. And that's the life of a human being. You guys, that's not the way we're supposed to live. Not at all. Infinite source that created this universe meant us to be here to follow our guided inspiration of what our passion is. Why do you think that arts were taken out of schools? Music, all of the music, art, the drama, things like that, PE to help the body, to support the body, to feel good. Different things like that were taken out of school. Oh, we don't have money for music class anymore. Why is that? Because those activities strengthen your intuition. They strengthen the love that you have and passion in your heart, and they bring you so much joy. Why is it that here on the Hawaii Islands, they banned swimming with dolphins? Oh, Michelle, it's because, people swimming can harm the dolphins. Are you freaking kidding me? Have you seen a dolphin swim? You can't keep up with them. They're not, it's like, oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? No, the reason is because when you swim with dolphins, oh my gosh, your heart opens. Your vibrational frequency of your body raises so high. You are in so much bliss. You have a smile on your face that doesn't leave for like a week. You're laughing with your friends about it. Oh, did you see that spinner dolphin jump out of the water and he spin right next to me? That was so amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I remember swimming. I could hear them at Two Step, at Honau now in City of Refuge, and they were swimming right under me, like 50. And I'm like, oh my God. And I just stopped and my whole body was like, what? And it was incredible. They do not want us to have that for that frequency. This is a spiritual war, and they have been lying to us for a really seriously long time. And when you say, Michelle, when you say they, who are they? These are the elites that govern and run the world. We think the president runs it. Okay, no, because the president's in for 4 years. And then what happens? There's people that are running the show for years and years and years, and he comes in, he's the puppet. He's not running the country, you guys. He's being told, why is it that Biden goes like this? He's on the stage. Oh, well, they told me I have to read this. Oh, well, they said I couldn't do that. Oh, I'm supposed to do this now. There's a reason why he says that, you guys. It's because he has a handler and because he's being told what to do. This is why he's got a script. And sometimes it'll say repeat line, and he'll say repeat line, because I don't even think he's, and that's not, I'm not going to share that information because I want people just to stay, I'd love for people just to stay focused on the number one thing about this video. And that's that it is crucial for us to keep our vibrational frequency high right now. If you're watching a ton of fear porn, please listen to your favorite music. Like lately I've been putting on Air Supply and Journey, and I've been like, oh yeah, you know, dancing and walking with my feet on the ground. I recently got into an argument with a beautiful sister of mine, and it took me 2 days to go, okay, Michelle, let's chill out with the ego and apologize because you love this person. And I was like, you know, part of me was like, no, I'm right. And, you know, she shouldn't have done blah, 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 blah. And I was like, really? What's more important right now? Love, connection, forgiveness, compassion for all of us, because I know she's going through a hard time. And I just send her so much love and so much inner strength and so much trusting that she's going to be okay and that everything is going to work out. And I send that to you too. So much love and so much compassion, because all of us have been through fucking hell. With the pornography in the schools, the pornography in our libraries. If you guys aren't familiar with this, I was going to do a video on this, which I'll be adding videos later to these topics. But we have pornography, like, let's talk about it in the school library. And someone says, oh, it's censorship to take that out. No, that's called sexual harassment. When they're talking about putting on a dildo and entering somebody's backside, and the guy says it hurt so bad until it started to feel good. And this is a book that's in the library for 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 10-year-olds. It is sexual harassment, and it is child pornography. They have cartoon images of children having sex with each other. Children. That's not censorship. That's called grooming of our children, because there's something happens to the psyche when a child is shown images of sex too soon. There's something that triggers, it changes that child's emotional frequency and their brain in relationship with the other sex, in the relationship of understanding their own body. You know, all of this stuff with telling children in kindergarten or whatever ages, I think it's, I don't know if it's kindergarten or first or second grade, it's super young, that God may have made a mistake. Who does that? One entity does that. And it's called Satan. And you know, we have been ourselves brainwashed to think that there's not a higher power, to brainwash to think that, oh, the woo-woo doesn't matter. Honestly, that's what's going to save our asses. Okay? So if you are mad at somebody, if you are in a relationship where it's just not working out, find your own compassion first for yourself first, because you've been through a lot. And like me, like I was a total ass to my girlfriend. You know, she asked me to stop speaking, and I kept talking because sometimes my mouth gets on a motor and I can't stop it. But it's just an emotional addiction. That's all it is for myself. So it's like, no, I'm sorry. I could have shut my mouth and stopped talking, and I didn't. And I apologize. That's what I could have done better. So what could you do better? And it may be, and I'm not saying, you know, take abuse from somebody, because maybe what you could do better is leave the relationship. And you have it within you to do it. We have it within you to do it. And if you don't feel like you do, then you ask for the higher power for inner strength. Please give me inner strength. Please guide me to what I'm supposed to do for my highest good. Please help me through this. I was really leaving a relationship and I was crying in the shower because I didn't have the strength to leave it yet. And I would just ask higher self, the source of all things, please help me. Please help me. I know you can help me. And I'm just so grateful for the help and support to do what's right. And I finally left. And this person is a really good man. It just wasn't the right fit for both of us. And we're still friends. And I still and will always love him. But I needed that inner strength and I didn't have it. So I asked. We have to ask. You know how much power is around us? This empty space isn't empty. It's a frequency field. It's a consciousness. And all we have to do is ask for help. Please, infinite source, you can call it God, you can call it Jesus. The Christ consciousness is the light. I don't believe in the Bible the way I used to believe in it, but I do believe in the Christ consciousness of light and love and compassion and forgiveness. That is definitely there. That is definitely a frequency field, a consciousness that we can actually connect to and bring into our own bodies for the courage and the strength and the inner knowing of our intuition of what to do next, of what to say, and of how to be right now in the world. Because it's not over, friends. However, it is over for them. For the darkness, they know their time is up. And I feel we're going to still be going through a lot of challenging times, but we can get through it because we're going to get through it together. And we're going to hold in our hearts the frequency of light, of love, of trusting in a higher power that's greater than ourselves, and of compassion. Those are things that evilness can't understand. They don't understand love. They don't understand compassion and empathy. They don't understand forgiveness. But when we hold that in our hearts, because when I, called my friend and I apologized, this weight, this heaviness on my heart lifted off my heart. And I said, I love you. You're a beautiful person. There's so much darkness in the world. Please forgive me for my part in this. I'm really sorry. And when I did that, my heart lifted. There's a heaviness just lifted off my heart. And however she takes it, I honor her journey. So I just want to honor you and your journey with, please know that it's not a mistake that you're here on the planet. There's a reason why your soul said, I'm going to go forth and be here on planet Earth for this maddening time. And I'm going to do my part, my kuleana, which is what is yours to do. And we all need strength and courage to do it. And we don't get that just from ourselves. We get it from something greater than ourselves. So I am going to be sharing more about what is the darkness. And I am going to do a deep dive on Governor Green's video interview that he did with the news when he said, this is global warming and we're, it's not coming, it's here and we're in the second quarter. Okay, why isn't the ocean levels overrun through Kona or Hilo? The ocean levels haven't changed a single bit. I did a video with 5 experts, geologists, meteorologists, and climatologists, the founder of the Weather Channel, this 50-year climatologist, and all of them say no, that the earth warms and cools all the time, and that actually right now we're going to a cooling period. If this is global warming, how come Al Gore has a beachfront property that he got right after his speech that there's going to be global warming and the waters are going to rise and cover everything? Nothing's changed. Honolulu's still there. Waikiki's still there. This is global warming. How come you turned off the water, Governor? I saw this video of this guy who was putting water on his house to save his house, but then the water stopped and his house was taken. He was succeeding in the water. They turned off the water. Was that global warming that turned off the water? Was it the global warming that is fencing off the Lahaina and violating the First Amendment of the freedom of the press and not letting drones fly over to see what's going on and search and seizure of people's homes? That man should be taken out of office. And if you can do it, please do it. That is your kuleana. If you're feeling like I can take that guy out of office, I can do this, do it. because that's what we're here for. We get these sparks of intuition. Are you brave enough to follow it? It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be, because this is a spiritual warfare and it's not going to be easy. We each have one powerful thing, and that's choice. Remember the Matrix at the end when Agent Smith was like, why do you keep going? Why do you pursue this? Why? He's not asking Neo, why won't you stop? And he said one word, he said one thing. He said, because I choose to. That is the power that we have. Because I choose to stay in the light of love, because I choose to forgive, because I choose to trust my intuition, because I choose to know that everything is working out and that this land is free and that our children are safe and that everything that we need, all the food that we need, clean food, clean water, clean soil, we choose to see that. We choose to feel that. We choose to know that that's what's coming. Why do they keep saying the same thing over and over again? Why did they put the COVID numbers of the death count on from the newspaper? Do you know what happened in our newspaper? They kept having the top, I did so many letters to the editor about this, but they, on the very top front page, COVID deaths. I called them up and I said, why do you keep having the COVID deaths on there? I said, don't you know that every single year for the past 6 years, the regular flu has killed more people than COVID did in 2020? And they said, we're not doing it. She said, it's a paid advertisement. That's what she told me. Paid advertisement. Why? Because they want to keep people in fear. Because if you're in fear, you're easy to control. You will do whatever they tell you that's going to keep you safe. But here's the thing. We are already safe. There is a higher frequency that as long as we stay in trusting and knowing that we're safe and we're taken care of, we are guided. Our intuition guides us to the next step. And we're going to do a practice around this in a moment. But I just wanted to share this video because I wanted to get a video out today. And I am going to be doing a deep dive, even though I'll have a total vomit factor, gag reflex, watching Governor Green. I can tell when people are lying. I know a lot of women can do this. When somebody's lying, we can feel it. You feel it. You can see it in their body language. You can feel it in their words. And there's just a knowingness. And most of us have it. And if you think you don't, it's just because you haven't cultivated it yet, because it's already inside of you. You're a frequency light being. Most of your body is empty space. It is a light frequency that pulsates. That's most of your body. And I'm actually going to be talking about that too, because it's from Nassim Haramein, who's a physicist. He used to live on Kauai, and he found what's called the God particle, which is the flower of life, the geometric shape of the flower of life, which I've shared. It's a tattoo on my wrist. But see the circles? The circles keep going and they keep expanding. And that is that's the geometric shape of everything. There's nothing that is not the flower of life geometric shape on the most smallest level. It's called the Planck scale. It's a Planck scale, and it is super, 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 super small. And there was so if an atom was the size of the dome of the Vatican, then a proton would be the size of a pin. Like that's how much space we have inside of us, but we can't fathom it because it doesn't feel that way. But anyway, off topic. So let's just come back and we're just going to ground a little bit. So I just invite you to take this on. And if you're not a woo-woo person, just try this. Just try it. See what happens. Notice the feeling, because your feelings are frequencies. They can be measured. Love and peace are the highest frequency that there is. That's why you feel like you're floating on air. And depression is the lowest frequency. That's why you always want to sleep, because there's no energy in depression. And then the whole gamut of the other emotions. So we're just going to drop into your body. Take a deep breath. No matter what you're feeling, just notice your emotional frequency without judging it. No judgment. This is a normal human experience at this time in history on the planet. And you are in a normal human body. And there's nothing wrong with what you're feeling. And there's nothing good. And there's nothing bad. It's just a frequency. So just notice your frequency. For me, I'm feeling a little disappointment in myself from that argument I had with my beautiful sister. I'm feeling a little bit of heaviness in my belly. And then I'm also feeling some gratitude and compassion for myself for asking for forgiveness, and also that feeling of forgiveness for myself. And that's what I'm feeling right now. And there's nothing good about it, and there's nothing bad. It's just a frequency. So whatever it is you're feeling, just put your hands on your heart and send yourself compassion right now. Because it's a really heavy time. It's okay. Breathing into that frequency, breathing into your body. It's just a frequency. And now start to feel the empty space that surrounds you. The empty space is a frequency field. Can you feel it? Can you feel all four walls and the floor and the ceiling? Can you feel into the empty space? Like you're trying to like it's pressure, like if it was pressing against you. Can you just feel how that feels in the room that you're in? And for me, since I'm outside, I'm feeling just the area that I'm in, and just breathing into that, breathing into this area with the roof above me and the floor below me. And now I'm starting to feel the frequency go out of the space. And just feel the frequency go out of your room, just to cover your whole building. And now I want you to feel, explore, get curious, be the observer of the frequency field, that we are free. We are free. What would that feel like? What would that feel like if you knew without a doubt that you're a free person, that all your bills are paid, more than enough abundance for what you need, more than enough, because nature is so abundant. It is beyond abundance, and that is our true nature. What would it feel like if your house was paid off, if your cars were paid off, if you had no bills, if you had more than enough money, if you had great, clean, beautiful, organic food that left your body feeling vibrant and energized, an amazing immune system? What would it feel like to know that your children are safe and they're happy and they're laughing and they're being educated and they're really understanding the world and their life and they're doing what they love to do and they're in so much joy? And when you have a conversation with your kids, it's joyful and it's fun, and then there's so much connection. How would it feel if you were in a partnership with somebody who totally respected you and you respected them, and your conversations were deep and there was so much laughter and silliness and joy, and there was so much intimacy and love and connection, and you just felt so fulfilled in your life, and you were doing something you absolutely love that brought you so much joy because it was your passion, because it is your passion? What would that feel inside of your body to wake up and be excited about the day, wondering who you're going to connect with, how is life going to unfold for you today, and knowing in your heart that it is going to unfold in a way that is for your highest good, that brings you joy and pleasure and happiness? Just give yourself permission to feel this right now. It may have been a long time since you felt this, and maybe you've never felt it. And if you can't feel it, that's okay. Just keep exploring it. What if you could feel it? What would it feel like to feel free? To have people in leadership that supported the people. That when 8,000 people say no, the person says, okay, you're right. I'm going to do what you guys want me to do because I work for you. Feel that frequency. And now feel the frequency in your heart that the walls are coming down, that the darkness cannot hide anymore, that the truth is unfolding, that the light is so bright. There is so bright that is outshining any darkness. anywhere on the planet. And that whatever needs to happen for these demons, these murderers, to step down and be gone out of office is happening now. The truth of the horrors and the crimes that they have committed against humanity, the light is shining right on it, and there's no place for them to hide. No place. And the knowingness that they are gone out of office. They are gone. They are no longer in place where they can do any harm to anyone. And that this world is free. And that all children are safe and taken care of. And all people are in harmony with each other right now. Give yourself permission to feel that in your body. Give yourself permission to feel that the people in Lahaina are more than taken care of, that they are being compensated 1,000,000 times over, 1,000,000,000 times over, 1,000,000,000,000 times over. They are being compensated for their loss, that the people who have truly died there and transitioned over to the other side, that their numbers are being revealed, that the truth of the people who have died in that fire is being revealed right now, that the truth of how they died is being revealed right now, that the truth of the blockade not letting people out is being revealed right now. The truth of anything that needs to be revealed that has not been revealed is showing up. And Maui is lit up right now with the light of love, of the infinite source that is moving the sun and running the tides and beating all of our hearts together as one heartbeat of humanity, one heartbeat of the knowingness that there is a higher power that is breathing all of our bodies and guiding all of us. And the light on Maui is so bright. And the crimes against humanity that have taken place there are being shown for what they truly are, and there is no place for any of them to hide. It is absolutely over for them. And they know it. And we light up all of the places that have been burned around the world. Canada, Tennessee, California, Australia, every single place that has been put to a non-natural fire, that has been burned, that is being lit up too. And those crimes are being revealed. We know that is done. We know that is happening. We send so much love and courage, inner strength, and the knowingness that East Palestine in the United States is held in truth, is held in light, is held in a frequency of absolute love, inner strength for those amazing people. And that land is lit up with the light of the knowingness of what happened there is being revealed. And again, no one can hide from their crimes. No one can hide. It is over for them. It is done. We see this beautiful light around all the children around the world and all the children currently in the sex trafficking industry. A beautiful light of love, of compassion, and of inner strength. That industry is over. That darkness is gone from this planet. We claim that now. We know that is done because the light of love of infinite source burns infinitely more and infinite more stronger than the sun. And it brightens up this planet with the knowingness of this infinite source that created us in the first place. And that sends us so much love and so much compassion for our journey and so much understanding, and sends us inner strength to see what the truth is and has been on this planet for so long. And that time is over, that the darkness is done. And that all people who hold that darkness in their heart are removed from the planet. They are powerless. They have no power. And they are removed from their position on the planet, and they are removed from the planet. And what is left is compassion for all of us together as a one human race, holding each other in light and in love, because every single one of us has trauma. And we just send each other so much compassion and understanding that everything is going to be okay. And we give so much gratitude for the courage that it took for each one of us to say, yes, I'll go forth and be there on the earth. And I'll do my part. I'll do my kuleana. And I'll trust in that higher power. And breathing into this amazing human body, trusting in your guides, trusting in that infinite source that's beating your heart, pumping a gallon of blood through your body right now per minute. We just give so much gratitude for ourselves and for this infinite source of love. That as long as we feel that in our body, as long as we know it's there, which it already is, no harm can ever really befall us, even death. There is no death. So we know it is done. We know it is done. And we say thank you. Thank you, source of all things. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, the Christ consciousness of love, of compassion, of inner strength. And we just trust in ourselves. Breathing into this human body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Okay, friends. So I'm going to do some deep dives. I appreciate all of you. I'm still going through all of the emails and messages. Please be kind to each other, including yourself. Give yourself a break. Find compassion for yourself, forgiveness for yourself, love for yourself, and then those things for others, because we all need it, and we need to give each other a break, because we're all going through a very hard time. But we're going to get through it, because you see that light out there? Nothing can hide from that. Nothing can hide from infinite source of love, which is pumping your heart right now and breathing your body. We got this. Sending you much love. Aloha from the Big Island.